Hello and welcome back to another episode of Not Being Funny with me, Emily Moores. So today I just thought, why not try and film this for YouTube? We're going to give it a go. Maybe it won't make it, maybe it will. So stay tuned to, I don't know, whether it sorts itself out or not. Now, I'm very sorry, I am filming in my car. There is an old man doing his garden over there, so you might be able to hear some audio of that. But yeah, welcome to my car, guys. So if we're on YouTube, then I'm Emily Moores. This is my podcast. Let's move this. I have a podcast called Not Being Funny, and we're here filming it in my car at the minute. So I started this podcast in 2022, I think, back at uni, and I used to film it at the University of Leeds in a little Uni of Leeds radio podcast studio. And yeah, I've just been doing it ever since. It's very low budget, as you can tell, but if you like a chatty podcast, then maybe this is the podcast for you. Because so let me introduce myself. I'm Emily. I'm 22. I live in Manchester, around Manchester, and I am a recruitment assistant, but an aspiring actress, radio presenter, performer, podcaster. But yeah, so I do acting. I went to uni and I studied theatre and performance, which I really enjoyed. I've always done like drama and stuff like that. I've done a little bit of extra on Corrie of recent. Not even of that recent, it was in the winter, nearly a year ago, but we moved. Been doing things, and yeah, I graduated last year, and ever since I just was working in hospitality, and then recently got a job in recruitment, which I'm enjoying, to be fair. It's all right money, and yeah, just for my early 20s, I think it'll just do the job for now. You know what I mean? I feel like I was at a weird point in my life and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like so out of place. You come from uni and it's like, oh. Anyway, other than that, I've got a boyfriend. I've been with my boyfriend for a year now. He was actually my ex-boyfriend. If you listen back to my episodes or you're a listener of my podcast, I've got countless episodes. Listen back. The boy dumped me years ago and I got back with him. God, there's an episode called Plot Twist or something like that. Changing the plot, turning the plot. Can't even remember my own episode names. But that's us getting back together. So that's an interesting episode. But yeah, I have loads of interesting episodes, I think. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but I think I do. I've done some where I've done like questionnaires for boys, and yeah, I've just got some exciting things coming up, so stay tuned for that. Other than that, I'm just going to dive right into the podcast now, and yeah, so this episode is just going to be a bit more of like a catch-up kind of episode. So this weekend I've had, it's Saturday, but so far of this weekend I've had such an exciting week, to be honest. So last weekend I was in Nice. I went to Nice with my little sister Hannah, and it was literally so nice. Like, I've never been to France before and I enjoyed it so much. Like, I think France never really appealed to me. I was always like, I want to go to Spain. Like, always gone to Spain growing up. We used to have an apartment there when I was younger, like my grandparents did. And yeah, so I went to France. Like I said, went to Nice. It was really nice. You literally landed right on the beach. Got the train there, and we'd got this like really cute Airbnb off Airbnb, and it was like such to the woman's taste, like to a woman's taste had gone into that, a woman's touch. It was so nice. Had all like art on the walls, so many like coffee pods, like flavoured coffees, like in a little coffee machine. Like, it was just lovely. Nice little apartment, all you needed for like the week, the long weekend that we were gonna have. We were there Saturday to Tuesday, And yeah, we just spent the weekend really like just eating and drinking, laying on the beach with a bottle of wine and bread and having little walks, getting ice cream, getting like pictures. You'll be able to see on my Instagram we like took so many. And yeah, it was such a nice weekend. We had the best time. You know what though? I've never encountered men like French men, like wild. I can't even like put into numbers how many men approached us. Like, it was a constant flow of men. Oh my god, you are the sexiest woman I've ever seen in my entire life. Or, you are so hot, you are so beautiful. What are you doing? Where are you going? Will you go for a drink with me? One guy literally ran up to us. This was midday. This guy's not even had a drink at this point. You know what I mean? Runs up midday. I have a question. You are the sexiest women I have seen all day. Thanks. You've probably said that to about 100 people. All day. And sadly, I only have one invitation. I want to invite one of you for a drink. And I was like, oh, sorry, we're together. And he turns to my sister and he's like, I'm so sorry. Maybe I have a friend for you. I can call a friend. And then we were like, and I'm not used to that. Like, that's weird for someone to be asking me out over my sister, because my sister's like drop dead gorgeous. You know when you just like, you go out and you get like a compliment for both of you, but it's for her. Like, that's the vibe. That is the vibe that I'm used to. Not to be bitter or anything, but you know, thanks, Hannah. But yeah, anyway, this one was for me, and we were like, no. And we just, in the end, I was like, not even going to say we're sisters, because I think he'd be more into that. No, we're together. We just said, no, we're together. Like, she's my girlfriend. He's like, oh, that is such a shame. Wow. I was like, oh, is it? Oh, yeah. Bye. Literally run. Like, some of the nights, there were like some men walking so near us. And then we were like, you're just walking our way home. And then they're like, full on coming after you. Like, and then one like acted like he was going to run at us, laughing. And then another thing, saw this guy get arrested, right? He was in the bar next to us. In our bar, but he was like next to us. And he like was just sat there. He looked a bit skulky, to be fair. Like, he didn't. He did once I looked at him, and like, he was wearing like trackies and stuff, and you know what I mean? Everyone's pretty dressed up there. But anyway, so he's there in his little Nike tracksuit. The police all rock up, and I mean, there's like 8 of them, and there's like guns and like the drama. I swear to gosh, like, we were like, let's move away from this situation. But yeah, he must have done something wrong. It was big drama. Anyway, but yeah, the men there were just so, it was like out of a movie. Like, I've never experienced that. I say that though, in London, to be honest, I went with my best friend not that long ago. Why do I say that? It was literally years ago. It was 3 years ago. Went to London and we went on like a little holiday. My God, the sheer amount of men that were approaching us on this holiday was wild. Like, quite literally wild. And I remember, like, you know, when you're taking pictures, I feel like that's when it's worse, because me and Hannah were doing the same, getting pictures for our Instagram, and that is when they approach you. That is them taking us. These women are gagging for it because they're stood posing in the street. No, I'm not. I'm trying to get a picture for my Instagram. That is it. Not for you. No. It's like that video where that girl, I don't know her name, she's gorgeous, she sings, she's got curly hair and lovely lips, and she made them like little, like, the TikToks where it was like, how do you scare off men in a club? And she was like barking at them, and I did that in Tenerife. But this one, I was at my wit's end. I was literally just like, no, which might seem rude, but when you've just had like men all day gawping at you and saying things to you. I just thought, I'm not doing it anymore. It's weird. Like, actually leave me alone. And even the ones with wives, like men with wives just like staring at every woman that walks past them, like, oh, close your mouth, like, seriously. But then also, I suppose in like Emily in Paris, you're like living for it. You know what I mean? Like, they do play on it a bit. Like, everyone's having affairs and stuff. Like, has anyone watched the new series of Emily in Paris? You know what? I'm a sucker for Alfie. I can't just... Like, I would have picked Alfie, and I wanted to pick Alfie, but this new Italian guy is really hot, isn't he? And he seems nice. What's he called? Marcel? I can't remember, but he's really nice, and he saved her from the slopes, didn't he? And I don't know, he just gives very romantic vibes, if I'm being honest. My foot's going dead. This is literally me, like when I'm recording my podcast, I just need to take like little breaks. It's getting really hot in my car as well. But yeah, I love Emily in Paris. I feel like it's just like such a bit cheesy, but like such a nice girly like program to watch. It's such an easy watch. I just love it. It's just so like fashion, boys, and it's just got energy. Like Emily has energy, doesn't she? Like, maybe I need to go to Paris. I've never been to Paris. I would love to go to Paris. It's definitely on the bucket list. I feel like I've been to a lot of places this year. I've been like nice little places. I've been Madrid, Tenerife, Mallorca, went to a place called Soler, well nice, and Nice. And then I've not really got anything else in the pipeline just yet. Me and my friends are like weighing up Portugal. So hopefully that happens. But we'll see. We'll see. I love a little holiday. I don't know who I think I am and where this money is coming from. But yeah. I mean, it's fine. You live once. You know what I mean? Like, you're in your 20s once. Like, why not just, like, splash a bit of cash? Like, money comes back, memories don't, if you don't go do them. So, why not? But yeah, me and my sister had such a fab time. Anyway, then, I come back. I had quite a nice day at work on Wednesday. That was my only day in work this week. I worked from home Thursday for only half a day, though. The dream. And... yeah, then I headed to Sheffield. I drove myself, right, and that doesn't sound like a big deal, but I've only had this car for 2.5 months, I would say, getting on 3 months, but I've not driven like any proper country roads. And if you are familiar with the Snake Pass, then it's like quite a scary road for someone that's not done it before. But I thought, I've been doing motorways and stuff like that, so hopefully it'll be fine. And it was actually closed, so I went on the Woodhead and it was fine. It was absolutely fine. So drove myself to Sheffield for the Girls Bathroom podcast. Oh, it was amazing. Like, the girls, Sophia and Cinzia, looked insane. Sophia was kind of wearing this like gladiator kind of gold shiny like tassel-y short outfit with like a crossbody feature. She looked insane. Her legs, she looked like something that was like not an ornament, like a golden statue, like chef's kiss. Cinzia literally looked like Kim Kardashian. Like, oh my god, she was wearing this gorgeous like gold shimmery kind of corset, and then it went down. It kind of had like a crossover feature at the waist, and then it was like long to the floor. It was just glistening all night. Like, they both looked absolutely unreal with these like high ponies, and they just had everything going on. But yeah, it was so much fun. I won't give any spoilers just in case anyone is going to watch it, because they obviously do like the similar show everywhere. And then last night I went to watch Peter Kay, and I love Peter Kay. I've always grown up like my mum and dad really like watching him, or like Car Share, Phoenix Night, stuff like that. So I've always loved Peter Kay, and I've always wanted to go see him. So for my boyfriend's birthday, I actually got him tickets for it, And oh my god, it was so much fun. Like, every time you thought it was going to end, there was like more and more and more. Yeah, if you are looking for something to do, I'd just go get tickets, go see Peter Kay, like, go have a laugh. It was such a good night. We kind of rushed down. My boyfriend's always on the last minute. And sorry, but like, men, just like switch up. Like, come on, be on time. Like, Christ's sake. Because I wanted to be in town for like 5. Bearing in mind the show starts at like 8 in the arena. So I'm like wanting to get into the arena like 7:30, get a drink and stuff, because you know what the queues are like in the arena. And don't even get me started on the prices of the arena. Like Johnny got this huge beer, like a double pint, which whatever, but was £20. Like, and I was like, I'll get this round. Humble me, I'll get this round. Why did you say that, Emily? The spiced rum and Diet Coke was literally like £13, £20 for a double pint, and then nachos were like extortion. Anyway, so we get to the station, we're starving, and then we go to Tortilla, and they weren't cheap either, but Jordan bought them, and they were nice, to be fair. They were like the end of the day scraps, so you know what I mean. I got a chicken one, he got a beef, really yummy. We literally looked like gannets sat in the train station, like scoffing these. They must do it all over the floor. I felt so bad, but like, you know, like it's just falling out. It was so messy. But yeah, had our burritos, headed down to Northern Quarter, right to the Foundry Project, had some cocktails, and then got in that arena and just got our seat. We had such a good seat. So I bought these tickets not that long ago, to be fair, and I just didn't know what to get him for his birthday. I feel like boys are hard to buy for, aren't they? And yeah, got him these Peter Kay tickets about 3-4 weeks ago now. And they weren't dead cheap, to be honest, but I'll pay it. Like, he put such a good show on. They were like £70 each or something like that, but this was resale, so for normal price I don't think would be that much. But the seats were amazing. Like, in the first little tier bit, not that far from the front either, and we had such a good view. Like, it was amazing, such a good night. And then we went into Northern Quarter afterwards and went to this cool bar called Blockbusters that I've never been to before. But yeah, it was really fun. Just had some more drinks there and then headed back and just went to bed because we were just tired. But yeah, that's just been a really nice weekend, and I'm going out tonight. And then tomorrow, me and my family are all like having a little girls' day, so that should be dead nice. So, other than having the absolute best weekend, I thought I'd make this episode on kind of like just giving yourself a minute, because as much as I've just had like a great last few weeks and everything like that, I've actually been feeling a bit like, ugh. And I know this isn't probably the best thing to put into a video, a podcast, the energy wise, but I have, and I feel like that's pretty normal sometimes. And I'm at that stage where I'm like, because I'm working kind of a day, like Monday to Friday job now, and a lot of my friends are, I feel like my weeks are quite structured, day in, day out, very samey and stuff like that. And I don't know, I'm such a dreamer. Like, I can't help myself but just like picture my life like this, picture my life like that, picture my relationship like this. And I think it's just important sometimes to like take a step back and be like, whoa, Emily, like how this is going is fine, but also if you're not feeling it, like that's also okay. And I'm not talking in specifics to anything, but I just mean like giving yourself a minute to feel like how you feel and just think about how you can get over it. So I think a big thing for me has been like just remembering like to live for myself, and them evenings when I'm finishing work and stuff, like reclaiming them. And I know that sounds like so cliche, but like reclaiming them and just remembering that that is my evening, that is my time to myself. And yeah, so I feel like I've just been really focusing on, like, even when I'm tired, getting myself to that gym when I finish work and just having a good workout, even if it just be for like half an hour, whatever. And yeah, like making something nice for my tea. But also, if anyone asks me to do something, like if I have a plan offered to me or with my boyfriend, whatever, just saying yeah, because sometimes you're knackered and yeah, you need a little break, but I think it's just nice to like keep busy and keep doing things of a weekend. And I say this like I'm not like this. I'm such a social person, and I feel like I'm sad I'm not at uni. Like, I don't want to be at uni, but you know what I mean? Like, it's been a whole year since I finished uni, and that's like such a weird kind of feeling, because like it is just different, isn't it? Like the transition to becoming like an adult after like your uni time is strange, because you have that like so much freedom when you're at uni to go out when you want, and I still have that here, but living in a city centre is just different. And now I just can't like imagine myself like having my own place, because it feels like a million miles away, whereas I've had that for 3 years. I've lived with my friends and everything like that. I would love to be living with my friends now. Like a load of my friends have just moved back in with each other, and I'm so jealous. And that's just because they're still students and they have another year of uni left, you know what I mean? So I don't have that. I finished uni, and I'm glad I finished uni. Don't get me wrong, I don't want to be studying anymore, but yeah, it's just a weird feeling to be like, I feel left behind. Like, they're all still at uni and I'm not, and like, what am I doing? But I've got a job, you know what I mean? I've got a job, I've got money coming in, and like, that's something new. You know what I mean? That maybe they don't have. Like, just go downstairs and you're with your friends. You know what I mean? I have made an adult decision, though, to make a savings account. And I already had a savings account, but that saving account feels like my holiday spends. You know what I mean? Do you feel like that? Like, your saving account is there, but, like, it's not building up. It's just, like, fluctuating at a certain number. And it's been like that for about a year. And I'm like, yeah, but I've earned all this money. Like, where the F is it going? I don't know. You know what I mean? And what am I spending it on? Like, rubbish. Like, but holidays, I've been on a fair few holidays, so whatever. But I've not got a holiday book now, so it's about time you start getting your money in line, Emily. Because if you want a house in a couple of years' time, like, I went to this induction thing at work and they were talking about saving money, and they said if you put £250 away a month, that after 3 years, that's £9,000. And I was like, wow, okay. But then also, like, only £9,000 in 3 years. Like, oh, that's not going to get me a house. But in 3 years, like, how old am I going to be? Nearly 26. And I probably want to be, like, moving out by then. You know what I mean? But then renting would be great, like, to live in Manchester and rent. Like, can you imagine? Like, just walking downstairs and just being like, I'm just going to get a nice coffee. Like, living the dream. Oh, but I can't afford that. I need a better paid job if I want that, you know what I mean? But yeah, that is my little dilemma at the moment. It's not even a dilemma, it's just a wish. It's wishful thinking, isn't it, to think, oh, I can move out, but that ain't gonna be the case, Emily, so get a grip. But yeah, other than that, just like making sure that when I get home, I get changed out of my gym stuff and put a nice outfit on if I'm going out, because I love dressing up. I love, like, just wearing nice outfits. It's always just fun, isn't it? Like, if you feel good and whatever, and just, I treat myself to some new jeans. I don't know if you saw my TikTok. I've got them on now. Can't really see. But they're all from Stradivarius, and they're really, really nice. I don't usually rate Stradivarius that much, to be honest. I don't know why. No, nothing against it. It's just that when I go in the shop, I always think, nah, could be better. It's not as good as Pull & Bear. Not as good as Zara. And these jeans have proved me wrong. They're so nice. They had so much stuff, and it's all on ASOS. So I was just looking on ASOS and I just saw them and I thought, yes, having them. But yeah, also like putting that extra effort into my relationship, because I feel like at the moment, like, if I'm being transparent, it's like me and my boyfriend see each other in the evenings, and I feel like that's probably so normal for everyone, and we did it before, but it just feels different now that maybe because I'm off on the weekends. I was never off on the weekends before, and if I was, we'd book it off together and we'd do something, whereas now I'm off every weekend, it's like he's not. So I don't see him hardly in the day, and it's just a shame, you know what I mean? And I just said to him last night, like, when are we gonna have a weekend off? Because, you know, you just like, we've literally went on holiday not even that long ago, but I just want to do like day-to-day things, go to the gym together, go for a walk together. But also he's like really saving to try and get a house and stuff, so we'll see. Maybe he just needs to buy a house or a place, and that can be my little independent thing. However, he would just be so messy, and he says he wouldn't be, but he would be so messy. Like, I don't know about anyone else's boyfriend, but I'm not even aware if he knows how to wash the pots. He does. He just doesn't do it. But you know what I mean? Like, am I going to be going around to his house and being a bit of a maid? I hope not. I bloody hope not. But yeah, I'm not letting that be no, that isn't going to be me. I'm not going to be just cleaning up after no boy, whether I love him or not, you know what I mean? Don't do that after myself. I know I do. I wash my own pots. At uni, I feel like I went through days. One day I'd wash my pots, one day I wouldn't let them stack up too much. It is gross, isn't it? That is one thing I don't miss living about uni. Clean kitchen, clean surfaces. Like, if I touched the surface, like the table, whatever, at uni, to be fair, I was going to say it's gross, like, and I feel like I was like, ugh, don't touch it. Nah, me and my mates lived like in a state of mess, pure mess, especially in my second year house. And yeah, it was vile actually, and it didn't bother me. But now it's such a luxury living in a clean kitchen, my bedroom was always clean at uni, bit messy, but my mum's a bit more on me now, like, come on, tidy this, and I do. But it's a smaller room, and I have one of them beds, you know, like them beds where they're like lift up things, like where they have all clothes inside it and stuff, and you just have to keep the bed kind of tidy, because if you want anything out of it, it's all gonna go sliding onto the floor. Like, it's a nightmare, to be honest. I just wouldn't buy one of them beds. I don't know why my mum and dad got me one of them beds. I'm grateful it's more storage, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend a storage bed. I would recommend a bed that has drawers in it, like that kind of bed, but not one that lifts up, because I swear to God, it just slides down everywhere. Like, not my clothes, anything I've got on the bed, just, yeah, quite literally, it's everywhere. I'm just watching someone, like, there's someone on my street that has like a strange shaped drive, and he's just moved one of his cars off to like reverse it to get another car off, and now left a car. He's fixing it now. I was gonna say he's literally left a massive car in the middle of the street, but he's actually gonna get in it and put it on his drive. It's an odd place, because that's really blocking it. But regardless of my neighbour's parking, yeah, I think it is important, like, in your 20s, like, even when you're going through like really exciting times, just to remember, like, sometimes you can feel a bit out of your depth, and I feel like that was perhaps I was feeling like a bit stressed about things I didn't really need to be stressed about. Don't get me wrong, my job is not stressful at all. It's actually not. It's not stressful in the slightest. I just maybe felt like my weeks were running away from me. Like, everything was going so fast. Like, the weeks were flying, and I was like, wow, I'm literally gonna be 23 soon. Like, and it's not normal. It's not unusual, I think, to think, is this my life? Is my boyfriend who I'm gonna marry? Are we gonna have kids? Like, what have I not done? Like, I want to travel again, you know what I mean? And yeah, I feel like I was just feeling a whole load of like almost anxiety about it. And I'm not a very anxious person, and I feel like I needed to like word vomit this out, because like even today I was feeling it. So I just went and like read in the garden. I don't know if you saw my TikTok, but I've been getting into reading, or I've been trying to. I've been reading It Ends With Us, and I read another book this year as well called Can You Keep a Secret? That was good. My friend Sita bought me that. I did enjoy it, because I really struggle with reading. Like, and it's not like I can't read. It's that my eyes are literally like gonna fall asleep when I'm reading this book, or any book. But this book has had me gripped. I've read about 150 pages in a week. That is huge for me, like actually huge, because I read a book last year and it took me like literally a year to read it. Not because it was hard to read, it was because I was coming back to it every couple of weeks, like reading like 5 pages and being like, ugh, enough. You know what I mean? Like, I wasn't getting my teeth into anything. Whereas this, when people say this is a good book to start for new readers, I believe it. Because this Colleen Hoover has me, like, hooked. You know what I mean? Like, her writing, I was in the garden, like, reading it. Bit of the saucy section, and I was like, whoa. Whew. Like, I liked it, you know? Like, yeah, her writing's very quick and, like, descriptive, but not like for too long. Like, you get the information that you need, she moves on, and it's really good, and I'm enjoying it. And I'm like, would I like these fantasy ones that all like Sophia Tuxford and stuff are posting about? But I think it's a bit long-winded for me. I think it might be like step too far. I do like fantasy stuff, don't get me wrong, in films or whatever. I'm not really like read anything like that. I haven't read before, but since I was like a kid reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid, I used to love that. I used to literally like sit at the crack of my window, like feeling like, oh, I'm such an intelligent girl, very mindful, very demure. Sat at the window. No, Emily, you're reading Diary of a Wimpy Kid. But at least she was reading. At least she was reading. She was keeping the brain flowing. But yeah, I used to like them. They were quite good books, weren't they? I remember this boy that was in my class, he like had the full collection. He brought them in and we used to be able to take them home from school. Yeah, or I used to take like Tale of Unfortunate Events out of the library because the book looked nice, but not read it at all because it was far too long-winded for me, stuff like that. All little print and everything. Whereas Diary of a Wimpy Kid was like back print, pictures, and it was just very easy read, wasn't it? But there's quite thick books, to be fair to me. Sheltie the Shetland Pony, did anyone used to read them? Because I know I did. I can vividly remember we had this supply teacher for maybe a couple weeks, and she asked me what reading band I was on, and I lied. And I said I was on the one below free readers, and I really wasn't. And maybe this is why I'm not great at reading now or writing, because I skipped my reading levels in year 2. I can remember it. Yeah, it was in year 2. No, 3. I can remember what teacher I had. And yeah, isn't it funny how stuff like that sticks in your mind? What a mischievous little girl I was to do that. Messing with my reading. And then I got onto the free readers, going for Sheltie the Shetland Pony all the time. It was a right boring book. It was always ill, this horse, and it always just ate spearmints or polo mints. I don't know if anyone else read it, or someone would be trying to steal the horse, or whatever. Went a lot of adventures, this horse did. But yeah, and I won't recommend it. I won't like go back and read it now, but I feel like if I saw the cover I'd feel quite nostalgic. Tell you when I felt nostalgic the other day. Sounds a bit weird. There was some men on a roof, and me and my mum were like, whoa, dangerous that. They had no equipment on, they just stood on the roof, like roofing or whatever you'd call it. And then my mum went, oh, they're not worried about falling off. And me and Hannah, in sync, my sister went, oh, they've clearly not watched The Dumping Ground then. Lily's episode of The Dumping Ground, do you know what I mean? Where she's like, the drama, when she fell off that roof, and you're like, oh, she's going to die. Can you imagine CBBC doing that, killing one of them off in The Dumping Ground? No. But yeah, she fell off the roof, and I think she broke a leg and her arm, and she got like purple casts. And that is why when I broke my leg, I got a purple cast. Be like Lily off of The Dumping Ground. Survivor. But yeah, just been doing that. Also, I really want to watch this Dating Naked or something. I feel like it's going to be really good. And completely different to Dating Naked, actually, for someone else that is new, maybe. Oh my god, do I want one of them cardigans? Like, everything just looks so nice. Molly looks so nice in them all, doesn't she? Like, but is it going to be extortionate? Probably. She put like her pricing range on Instagram, and it was like £35 to £100 and something pounds. So I'm guessing the blazer and the jeans are going to be more cardigan's probably in the mid, I'm thinking maybe like 70 quid, you know. And then the vests are going to be the 35, aren't they? But I need some new knitwear. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to get that one, but I bet it'd be the best quality. Like, she's not going to go by halves, is she? Miss Molly Bay ain't going by halves. But, yeah. Imagine that, though. Like, obviously she went to fashion college, so this must be like an actual dream, because I feel like people wouldn't know that and probably aren't taking her seriously for that. You know, like, just idiots on Instagram and stuff like that. But God, she's actually studied that, and now she's got to a stage where she can afford to bring her own brand out, and it looks just such good quality. I think she's just got such a fan base anyway that regardless of whether the clothes are good, they were going to sell out. It's Molly May, you know what I mean? They're going to be gone within seconds. Like, I think it's going to be really hard to get your hands on the stuff, depending on how much they've made. But are they going to make loads of it? It's like really high quality, and that's the ethics behind it. It's meant to be, or maybe not the ethics, I don't know. It's meant to be like high quality, really good, high end fashion, isn't it? What she's trying to do, but also make it affordable. We'll have to soon see. But yeah, the dating naked thing, I don't know if I could do that, date naked. Like, I'm for sure the naked neighbour everywhere I've lived, without a doubt, because I have no shame. Like, I am that friend. I could meet you that day, like, you're my friend's friend, we're in a room together. If we're getting changed, sorry, whipping my top off. Like, I got no shame. I could so easily be one of them topless sunbathers. Like, I could just so easy do that. And I said it to my boyfriend, and he was like, really? Really? And I was like, yeah, so easy. Because I just don't have any shame in it. But yeah, I think I'm probably the naked neighbour, but there's no one behind me. So maybe some strange walkers are going to have seen me. But at uni, did have that, where I was like literally like face to face, window to window with someone across the street, and we both had no clothes on and saw each other, and we're like, and it did teach me, to be honest, to just shut the blinds. Shut the blinds, Emily. If you're going to be prancing about in no clothes, shut the blinds. Because she doesn't need to be seeing you, you don't need to be seeing her. You know what I mean? She didn't ask to see me. Put clothes on. Yeah, but dating naked. No. I won't go on the show. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think I could do it. I think I mean, if it wasn't a show, could you? Maybe for like a day or something. Because I wouldn't be like too embarrassed. But, because if they were as well, but I won't go on the show. I mean, I could do Love Island or something like that. I feel like a bit more different in it. You got clothes on. But yeah, they're like well flirty on it. You would be. You've got to be I feel like you've got to be like mega sexual to be going on that. But I've not watched it. And I will give it a watch and report back to what I think. What's my favourite date ever been? I don't know. When I first started dating my now boyfriend, the first time around, we were only young, and it was in lockdown, so he used to be like, you know, you can have a bubble and you can start seeing people. He would start, like, we went on a date, and he would be like, okay, well, I'm not going to tell you what the date's going to be, but I'll pick you up at this time, and yeah, we're going to go wherever. And we went to Blackpool Beach, and it sounds like so like Blackpool Beach, but I'd never been Blackpool Beach, so it was quite nice. And it was a change of scenery from my back garden, you know what I mean? Lockdown were tough times, wasn't it? But yeah, he took me to Blackpool Beach, and we were actually talking about that last night, because I was going to say it was a really nice date, but he was actually hungover. And I said to him, that's a massive red flag. Our second date, and he turned up hungover. Not good. Then we went to Southport Beach a couple of weeks after that. I don't know, he just kept like not telling me what we're doing, and then we'd just do it on the day, which was really sweet. I feel like I like a drinks date. Like, I love going for a drink. Like, a lot of the dates I went on in Leeds were all like drinks. relax and just like have a few rums, loosen up, have a chat. Like if you're dating in Leeds, you've been Belgrave or Hetero, haven't you? Like I feel like that is where every man, cat, their dog, everyone goes on a date to Hetero House or Belgrave, because it's just class. It's so nice. Like Manchester doesn't offer the level of Belgrave or Hetero House. It's got a bar called Yes Bar, which is meant to be the same, actually. It's the same chain of bar, and it's meant to look the same, and I think as a terrace, but I've not heard like people raving about it. Whereas in Leeds, Hetero House and Belgrave are like raved about. I'm going out in Leeds next weekend and I can't wait. Cannot wait. If you know me, you know I love Leeds. I love a night out. I love a dance. I'm quite like a out there person, like I feel like that is me. I love just having fun, letting loose. Like, yeah, get me on Call Lane on that dance floor now. But yeah, I'm excited, if you couldn't tell. And I'm actually real starving. So yeah, this has been a bit of a chatty podcast. If you're on my YouTube, I usually do episodes all about dating, everything like that. So, living for myself, I'm going to go have some food because I'm absolutely starving. Yeah, so I'm going to end this video here. And I feel like that was a bit more like a chatty podcast, but like getting to know me and like what I've been up to at the minute and stuff like that. But yeah, like I said, all my episodes are on Spotify under Not Being Funny, and a lot of them are now on TikTok as well, my more recent ones and everything like that. I post across my social medias, which is all under Emily Moores, and Not Being Funny as well. So I post under both. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a really exciting episode in a couple of weeks' time. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be in a completely different environment to this. It's in the making. Do not worry. But yeah, so if you did watch to the end, I'm like super grateful. And I've been thinking for ages, do I start posting these on YouTube? And I might just start doing some little YouTube videos anyway. So I think I would really enjoy that. I love vlogging and stuff like that. So why the hell not just go for it? But yeah, I'm going to enjoy the rest of my day now. But thanks for watching me sit in my car and record a podcast from this. Gosh, I told you it was low budget. Bye guys.